So would I actually admit to just sitting here in this cantina listening to this music for the last 5 hours? Oh yeah, I'll totally do that. Hey everybody, hello and welcome to MOP Does Star Wars Galaxies Emu. That's right. Or do we say emu or emu? Or emu? Is it a cow?
EMU.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I always say emu.
So yes, everybody, hey, we are here. This is MJ with Larry and Bree. They were the only ones brave enough to come. Everyone else, it scares them. Or they already feel so sad that they have no idea what's going on in Star Wars Galaxies. Because we all totally know what's going on. Great, and, you know...
I am completely lost. Just to let everybody know. It's been literally 13 years. Right? 13 years since we've had
No, because I was just listening to when you and Jeff were in here with me during our Kickstarter countdown. What?
That doesn't count.
Just 3 years ago you were playing.
I don't remember anything from that.
He means the original game before it went NG crazy on us.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But so I actually, it was kind of weird because I was checking the old ones and Bree found and linked them to me. And later on, I like hear Larry and Jeff talking, and I'm like, what the? Where is this? What is going on? It was playing in the background on me. I didn't even realize it. But it's like, wait a minute, what? Am I listening into someone's conversation? And then, yeah, it dawned on me that, no, it's just an old stream playing.
Yeah, this is so weird. It's so weird to see so many people here. This is the weirdest thing. Have you turned on the actual stream? Can they see everybody that's here? Because this is nuts. The number of people that are here.
Yeah, these two people were in feed. I mean, come on.
There were quite a few people in feed originally, yes, as well, but not nearly as many as in Mos Eisley.
So I actually started the game on Naboo, and because that's where I had a friend who played, and that's how we started the story. Her story. She was traveling to see... No, this is really amusing considering what the game did later, okay? So she was traveling to be with him. He was like a family friend mentor thing, and she was traveling to visit him to learn dancing or something, something in Naboo, and but then her ship is attacked. This is all what goes on before the game, right? So the ship is attacked and she's really injured, and she comes to in Naboo with no memories and everything. So what did the game do? What, like 10 years later? Or I don't know. It was forever later when they switched it up and you're on a ship that's being attacked, and it's like, this seems a little creepy, real. Oh! That would be the other little one dropping things. So the first time we did this, we were actually on the test center so that we had, or no, the first time was here, next time was on the test center. So, I had a car, and I had money, and I had clothes, and yeah, I have nothing. I even still have the mail where I sent Jeff all my money so that he could, like, travel. So I'm totally broke.
All right, I'm trying to get my graphics the same as yours because for some reason I had the low poly versions of the character models.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. Yeah, the low polygon ones, those are so bad.
They are really bad.
I don't
Like, your
remember
face
them.
just kind of splats out, and it's just awful.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I did differently, or I thought I'd turned off all of that low poly stuff.
That's all right. I was trying to just make this fit my screen, and it won't even go that big. I'm in window mode. Was it something we had to do before we loaded in the game? I'm trying to remember. Is that where you had to do your resolution and stuff outside of the game? Yeah.
Full screen windowed? Yeah, full screen windowed is actually outside of the game, but the thing is, it isn't actually full screen windowed like you would consider a game now being
Right.
full screen windowed because you still have to tab out. It just stays open. You have to tab out still, but it does because you can't go to
I
the edge of the
probably
screen.
have it, but it's not the edge of my screen though. I can see the bottom of my screen and the side of my screen. It's kind of unnerving, but at least it's a nice, oceanscape back there. So we just got a subscription from JBeck83. Thank you so much.
Yay!
And that means somebody
Beep,
has to
beep,
sing to
boop.
him. I say Brie.
What?
I vote
No.
Brie. We sing to people when they sub Brie. That is the rule.
Isn't
It is.
okay? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna sing. You know what would be great right now is if I had watched the holiday special and memorized Carrie Fisher's song, I would totally bust out with that. But I wouldn't. I just don't remember it. I don't even know it. I guess I'd have to get really drunk first, though, then I can sing
All
it.
right.
That would be,
Let me see if I can
I got
come up with
nothing.
something. Here you go.
What?
MJ's our singer.
All right, here we go.
Okay,
Happy
hold on, wait.
subs from you. Mop thanks you today. There you go. See, that wasn't so
Great.
hard, was it?
All right.
What is that crazy dance you're doing?
This is rhythmic,
Okay.
Wait, that's you?
and I'm the one that's actually the not master one. Yeah, I
You mean
told
the
you.
not AFK one?
Yes,
the only not
the only non-AFK dancer here. This is me. With my purple
I mean-
Leiku and my pretty red shoes. Like, come on, okay, tell me this. When you start as an entertainer, why do they give you a diaper for clothing? I mean, I've never understood this. They give you shiny red shoes and the stupidest pants in the known universe, the galaxy, anywhere. I had
all
one
the
of
clothing
these.
in this game is like this, though. I mean,
No, see, I used to have
Yeah.
a dress like this, and it was actually black and gold, and that was my favorite one, actually. I had a gold one, the lace one. See, this is what everybody else does, because they hate the beginner clothing so bad. They just take all their clothes off.
okay, so what you need to do is get some tips, and then we should totally go shopping.
I
I mean,
would,
come on, that's what you do
but
in
there
this
are
game,
no
right?
live people, except for you guys now. If I had tips, I could have traveled the Theed and met you guys.
Oh, good point.
Oh, look. Oh, how do we make a group? I forget. Oh, I invited him and you invited me. Whose group?
Yeah,
We'll start with, wait. Whose group started?
you did. You did.
Okay. Where's Bree?
Right next to you, I have the pigtails.
Pigtails! Oh, smuggler.
It's the best hairdo you can get without actually having image ID.
Well, I have image ID, although it's not
Oh
very
my
good.
goodness. Okay, you gotta do me. Do you have an actual skill in it? No, you don't.
No, I didn't.
So you'll probably make me bald or something.
Oh my gosh, I haven't done that in forever. Okay, let's go to skills. Wait, let's go to skills and image design, facial hair and trim. Oh. I guess what can you do as novice entertainer? How do you even, I don't remember how to do.
You gotta bust out your Slytherin. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. That's literally all you get to do. Oh god, seriously, that sound haunts my dreams. It's the worst.
How
And you're
do-
laughing because you know what I'm talking about.
I know. Okay, wait.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Wait, skills. Wait, which are my
That is actually one of the reasons why I actually did AFK any of the entertainment stuff, because I couldn't stand to listen to it over and over
Okay,
and over again.
Is social one of them? I can image design you as a novice entertainer, right? I don't know what I can do, but
Yeah,
I don't
you probably
remember how to
can.
start it.
I bet you get at least like the default stuff, like the starting things. Try like /ID. It's probably something really obvious.
Yeah.
Or image D /image D.
Oh, I bet you that is exactly.
Yep,
what
that
it
is exactly it. All right. Hair, right? Can you see what
man,
I'm?
this is funny. Didn't they make it in NGE so you could pretty much pick out what you wanted, and then all the entertainer had to do was like click accept, and then it was done?
I don't
wanna
remember
say
that.
That's just about true. Yeah, like you would. Gosh, how would you do that?
Can
It was
you
something
can,
like that.
You can see what I'm doing, right?
I can, yeah.
There's bald. Then you get the ponytail.
Oh, she only has the basic ones too.
Princess Leia, come on.
I'm watching the stream at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like she only has the basic ones.
I don't know what's at the bottom. There's the pigtails is the last one.
Now, do you still get ID XP by image designing yourself?
I thought.
I don't think you
I
ever
thought
did.
No, you never could.
Nope.
How did you do?
We
how
had
did we
two
used to
characters.
do
You
it?
had a
We would
friend.
Oh, that's right. It was a
Or-
dual
yeah.
boot. We had dual boot and ID another character over and over again.
So you don't want any of these, Bree? You're not happy
No,
with any of these?
I'm
no?
gonna stick with my piggies, I think.
Okay, well you can get really fun. Oh, I can't do any eye angles or anything.
And then, and that's why I used to go to Theed because they had that the
There we
image
go.
designer tent.
Yeah, that's right. They don't have one here? God, I don't remember.
Well, I know that. I don't know if they have one in Mos Eisley. I know they have one in Theed right outside the cantina.
Yeah. We always went to
Yeah.
Theed because of the fast port. Like you could get your ticket
Yeah.
and immediately port out. Of course, that stopped being. It didn't even matter once everybody got actual spaceships. I mean, this is Star Wars we're talking about.
That's true.
Oh, you see my ship, the header image? That was one of my ships.
Oh no, I didn't even look at it. I should have.
I love that screenshot. Actually, it made it. It was made one of the screenshots of the week at the place that was many years ago.
The place that was.
the thing that was. Let's see, Tanic B, we're getting your hair styled by a random entertainer in a diaper.
Do you guys remember when Star Wars came out in 2003? Like The Matrix was still really big deal, and everybody wanted. Literally, it was like a meme because people would come up to you. You know, these dudes, they were probably like 15-year-old boys, and they were like, "Make me look like Neo," and like literally, that's what everybody wanted. Make me look like Neo. So it was literally nothing but dudes running around in like dark black trench coats and like
Yep.
the really pasty skin, and the dark hair. It's hilarious. I'm kind of glad we're over that. I know we're sitting here making fun of the whole system, but honestly, Image ID was really cool, super innovative in 2003, and honestly, hardly any game allows like other characters to do that now. Now you get, just an NPC barber or whatever, and it's not the same. It loses all the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things about this game. It was all flavor, really. There was no like the end game kind of sucked. It pretty bad.
Is that an earthquake?
I think somebody's
A pet, maybe?
No, it's their ship speeder blew up.
Yeah, speeder bike blew up outside.
Yeah, the speeders.
Yep.
The speeders, as you use them, they lose health and they eventually blow up, which is you never see anything like that anymore.
No.
Mounts don't decay.
Remember the first two-person mount to come in game?
Do they
Yes. Oh my
Wait.
goodness.
Oh, that was so
Wait, does it
great.
have
November
that?
2003. I don't know, actually.
Hold on.
It
I
did-
got one of
I'm
those
looking at
X
my.
whatever.
The land speeders?
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna open up the what do I have? The X what's never.
Oh, they're leaving. They're leaving. Time to go.
Yeah, the X30. I have the X31. That was one of them. See if you can get in this.
Yes, you have the original.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, see, I have pictures. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then
you
I
get
had
in,
one of the...
MJ? Go ahead. I've got a busted up speeder.
Can you get in?
I'm gonna ride this thing until it is done.
I don't remember how to... get in.
I don't know. I have it
Radio
on.
menu, radio menu.
Yeah. How are you open your radio menu?
I don't remember that.
Mine was always on tilde. I bet that was default.
Tilda. I get examine.
Oh, you don't get. Oh, that's too bad. They don't. They haven't added that in here then.
Yeah. Whoa, fun.
I have the keyboard set to MMO settings, so it's a little bit more familiar to me now.
Oh yeah, so Whiskey just slapped me in the face with a swift backhand.
The emote system.
Oh, see there, that was from the shake. Your speeder blew up.
Sorry.
He says, "Whoops,
Oh,
no
somebody
duel."
killed the Jawas.
Oh, you just got slapped in the face too.
Who's whiskey?
Someone has an anger problem. Go watch your dancer, dude. You need it. Ah! There we go. I'm just trying to move in this game is tripping me out.
That's why I set everything to MMOs. You can set your keyboard to MMO,
But
and it's more like a regular MMO.
Wait, now I gotta find you guys again. Where'd you go? To the store?
I'm still standing here. There's just like so many people just doing nothing in this. I don't even understand that. Like, I understand why people would do nothing in the real game because that's, you know, what a sandbox is all about. But this is an emu. Like, why would you even bother logging into this if you don't have something to do? I don't get it. Boom!
Well, somebody's fighting something out here. Wait, that guy looks like he... Wait, is that a... Oh. The way my camera was, it looked like he was wearing like a unicorn floaty or something, and...
I wonder if I can kill some things.
I
Or
bet
if they're
you
gonna
can.
kill me. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Oh, this is how I remember moving. Just go wherever your mouse is pointing. Yeah, and then somebody
Okay.
tried to put me in a game and it's like WASD, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I don't understand! Where'd you go?
Ooh, I can repair the vehicle.
Wait, they put in vehicle repair and they don't have in, like, double vehicles? Like, ugh. Come on, really? This is one of the things we have to complain about this at some point. This game, this version of the emu, right? I mean, it's been around since before the game died. Since like right after NGE is when they put this all together, right?
Well, it's when they started. They didn't actually have anything working until really working until after the game was gone. So
It just
but it's still it's been what?
yeah.
That means it's been 6 years? 6 years? Something like that? Yeah.
And here we are, and we still don't have like. Is all the jump to light speed stuff in? I'm guessing it's not.
I don't know. Well, the terminals are in.
Oh, that's true. They are, aren't they? Because it says you don't have a ship, newbie. Go get a ship, but that doesn't mean ships are in the game. Oh my goodness, the bazaar! I'm watching MJ stream it instead of playing at this point because I miss this stuff.
I forgot how you actually see what it is.
Double click it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I just killed a rock mite.
Killing without us? See, I'm trying to find stuff I can afford. There are some pants that look way freaking better than my diaper. I am buying some pocketed work pants, man. Oh wait, there's casual pants too. That looks like pink or something. Someone's been leveling up making those.
Most of the stuff on the bazaar is probably going to suck. You probably want to click on, remember when they added the vendor location stuff? So you can search the whole server? Like, I'm guessing anybody who's still tailoring probably has a vendor. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just the junk they're throwing on the bazaar.
Get there. That's the point.
Oh, I'll give you 500 credits or whatever it is so we can go. Let's go shopping. I want to kill stuff too. I want to mess around with that. It's been a while for me
I just
too.
want out of the diaper pants, man. I want out of the diaper pants. I need out of these pants.
Oh my gosh, the combat queue. There's a combat queue. Totally forgot about the combat queue.
But now I gotta
Love
find you
that.
guys. Okay.
I know, that was one of my favorite features. I love it.
Okay, breeze this way. And remember, like 20-person groups?
Yeah, you can still do that in here.
I know in
Yep.
here, but they took it away.
Oh, and yeah, and with the NGE, they took it away, didn't they?
Yeah, I remember the first time I got enough money in tips that I got to go to the bazaar and buy some clothes. I bought a simple dress. I was so excited because this outfit is the most hideous. You're like, people are supposed to want to watch you, right? Nobody wants to watch this. Nobody wants to watch this. And then I had somebody gift me a Lakeu crown looking thing. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah. And then it started getting to the point where, I mean, people were giving me house deeds, people were giving me clothes. I made a killing. But it's because I also wasn't AFK and I was standing there talking and role playing with everybody. So I had this huge audience of people, you know, and regulars who'd come back, and
It was fun. It's hard to explain how entertaining that really was, just to stand there, because we tried to explain this before. People are like, "Isn't that boring? You're just standing around leveling." It's like that wasn't what you were really doing.
yeah, you weren't leveling. I heard so many stories. I watched roleplay happen on the sides. When I finally earned the money to come here. Well, I didn't actually earn the money to come here. One of the people that was a regular was like, "Hey, why don't I need to go to conduct some business, in Mos Eisley. Why don't you come with me?" And I'm like, "Sure." So he paid for my ticket and brought me here, and then I'm like dumped here, and then I got in with these. Started role playing. There was this group that was trying to recruit me in their shady, criminal organization as a dancer, and then this other group started, and then oh my gosh, the real life that just came together in here was so awesome. I don't even know if I have a speeder data pad.
That you probably can buy on the bazaar.
I'm going to see if I can.
Oh, I have the X31. Oh, that's disabled.
And you guys laughed at my crappy speeder.
How do you get it fixed? You can't do that, can you?
There used to be like a garage that you could swoop into the garage and it would charge you.
Yeah, there's a garage.
I don't know if that exists in this version of the game.
Yeah, there's a garage that's just it's near the cantina. I forget which direction from the cantina, but it's really close to it. It's on the way out of the city.
Remember it being this way.
It's in the same direction. Okay, so if you're at the cantina, it's in the same direction as the. Oh yeah, you're actually.
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
garage right there. Should be. Let's see if. Bree just gave me money to go shopping. I may need it just to have a car.
Yeah, just like real life.
Gotta pay those repair bills, man.
Gas, right?
Alright.
You should click on your map and show people, if you haven't already, sorry, and just to show people what the overhead map looked like. I always thought that was really cool.
I just have to keep remembering how to be able to use my mouse in here. Map. What was the overhead map? How do you...
Mine is on M, but I don't know if yours will be.
If it's default, it's Control M.
Control. There we go.
Yeah, mine's just on M as well, because I'm so used to the MMO controls now, standard MMO controls.
So here we go. Parking garage. There's a tavern. And the people are the big triangles and NPCs are the little triangles.
Well, there's blue triangles, there's what's group purple?
I think it's the purpley pink color.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, because she's on a speeder. Or...
Yeah, because you're on a speeder, you're bigger.
You've got the big white, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta fix my...
MJ, did you check to see whether buying a new speeder was cheaper than repairing the old one? Because wasn't that always a thing? I don't remember that was... Because people are always making speeders to level up engineering or whatever it was.
Well, I knew that, like, for swoops and whatnot, we used to carry... like a bunch of swoops because it was
exactly
mostly because I PvP'd quite a bit, so
yeah, all the extra swoops.
The swoops were the ones the things that would always die first, and so if we needed to make a quick getaway, we needed another swoop.
Here we go. Some of the cheapest actual
It is not
swooping
letting
things
me
are
repair.
35k or 3500.
Yeah, it's not letting me repair.
Maybe
What do
that
you
was
mean?
like a freebie newbie vehicle or something.
No. Oh, maybe once it's disabled. Is
I
it once
thought
it's
this was
disabled
it.
you can't repair it? Is that what it boils down to? I forget.
I
It's
don't
been
remember.
so long.
We were talking about this before we started the stream. Is that all I can see when I log in here is all the stuff that was at the end. Everything they had put in the NGE that I really liked, it's gone from here. And like everywhere I turn, it's like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. It's really jarring.
So now I need to go buy a speeder. Okay.
I guess so.
With what little money Bree gave me, no clothes. I'm gonna buy those pants too.
Yes,
Alright.
definitely buy the pants.
I need pants.
I think the tried and true way is to go into the cantina and just like ask for free stuff and see what they give you.
But
I'm
no
just
one
saying.
is live in there,
The-
Bree. Nobody is there.
That is true. Most everybody's AFK. Even it blew my mind whenever because I didn't know this existed in the game because I was never able to do it, or I didn't know how to do it in the game. I should say, where somebody can send you a tell and then you can macro a reply and invite them to group.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, you do, and you just.
God, I love the macro system in this game.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I totally missed the.
So I used to set up a dancer in Dantooine that would give buffs and whatnot by having somebody sit in a chair. But now this is all. I mean, like everybody in the cantina right now. I don't know, you're not. Everybody in the cantina is AFK because they're all set up on macros.
So that means the real people are somewhere else.
Yeah, that means everybody else is out killing stuff. There are people that, I mean, as you stand there, you see people come in and out. It's because they're off doing missions and whatnot.
All right, we're gonna buy some. What's this plain robe? It's only a.
Oh, this speeder is so slow. This game is so slow. Just traveling in this game.
I know.
You remember sitting things on like auto run and then walking away, go getting lunch, coming back. Yeah. Oh, now I'm at Jabba's palace. Finally.
Okay, what no. Deed. Vehicle deed. Cheapest vehicle deed wait.
I wonder if we can afford to go to Jabba's palace. Oh no, is everybody? Wait, is there a lot of?
I don't even know if we can get in.
Bree, the deeds are all
I'm
like
trying to think.
5,000.
I know, they're too much here. You'd have to go to Dathomir to get the cheap one. It's like getting to Dathomir would cost so much money, it's not worth it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Holy cow. Well, Naboo
How much is the cheapest one on Naboo? Like right here, so we don't have to go anywhere.
but we're not on Naboo.
Oh, we're on Tatooine. Whatever, Naboo, Tatooine, doesn't really matter.
The
Right?
cheapest one that I can get here is 5,000.
Alright, one sec.
I think.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I got a mission. Oh, and I'm killing not pickets. What are they here? These are Rontos. That's right, Rontos on Tatooine. They're pickets on Dantooine.
Tabuki brand Tech Works 2162 swoop. The way you could name everything you built. Alright, oh my gosh.
Did you get it?
I just bought it.
Now I need to go do missions because I'm almost broke. And this is such a weird feeling. I'm guessing this is the same for both of you guys because I was super freaking rich at the end of the game and like I had so much money I could just literally buy anything I wanted and buy 10 of them and here it's like, oh crap, I really need to do some missions.
I had a level 5 city on Dantooine.
Yeah.
Plus the city on Tatooine. And then I had some houses on Naboo as well. And I had an information network. Oh my gosh. I had so much stuff.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, oh, it's supposed to be in my inventory right now. Alright, yes, put on the real pants. Yes!
Oh, this Ronto is not gonna die.
I has a swoop!
I'm gonna try to find Larry. Are you still on Tatooine? You
Yeah,
are.
I'm
Okay.
outside of outside the city, outside of my slicing.
Do you guys know if the thing with the missions, like where you have to have a bunch of people in your group when you take the missions if you want them to be really good, is that still a thing?
I think so because these guys outclass me a little bit.
Oh, I see. So we're actually making it harder for you
Yeah.
by being in your group.
Maybe we should go help. Well, I can't do anything. I'm a freaking dancer. I have a knife. I can't.
I'm punching with my fists.
Wait. All right. So head out towards to where you are. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna go find Larry.
Yeah, I'm looking at my inventory and I can't figure out what happened to my account because I know at one point I had a guild hall because I think I'm still gilded, and I know at one point I had houses. I don't seem to have any of that anymore, and I am not. I probably didn't just like let it decay. That's not very me. So I don't know where any of that stuff is. It's very confusing.
Oh, I never had any of that stuff. I mean, the test center I had stuff, but
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is really gonna hurt.
I am about half a click away, a little more than that.
she's apparently faster than I am.
Oh, she's on a swoop.
On my flaming
I'm on a
swoop.
swoop too. Oh, look at this. The little merchant tents. Look at all those merchant tents. Look at this house. Look at this city.
Yeah, I wonder maybe we should do a tour of this. See, we could do so much in this game. There's no way you can fit it all in an hour. I noticed that Temenos Island is. If anybody played on Old Catamore, Temenos was like one of the big role-playing hubs, and they have a city again here, and that's so cool to me. I just love that, the idea that those people are still here, still playing, still role-playing.
I think the
Yeah, this is kind of painful.
Are you dead?
No, I'm not dead yet. I might actually kill this Ronto before it kills me. Oh, the cavalry's here.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. You're a dancer, vote flirt. I know. I'm a dancer. The first time I traveled, so they wanted, oh, we'd like you to dance up in our, we'll pay you to dance up in our, a guild, hall, our tavern, up in the,
Ooh,
up
you
here
harvested animal bones.
out here in the
Yeah, I
mountains.
have full scout too, except for master. Sorry, MJ.
No, that's fine. They literally, a team of 6 of them escorted me up the mountain here. My little novice dancery self. And then when I logged in, I was stuck there because I couldn't go anywhere.
That's probably a bad idea.
Well, that's where you guys are.
Oh.
I totally passed you going
changed
up the hill.
Okay, never mind. I thought you killed it right away.
Oh, I'm not that good.
I'm gonna put my bike away because I don't want you blowing up my new bike.
Plus, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just kind of clicking buttons. I do not remember what my buttons do. Also, I'm pretty sure Pistolier is probably still bugged because it was bugged for like 3 years. So I don't think they fixed it. Also, I seem to be crawling, and I don't remember how to not crawl. MJ, you have to
you
see
can change
this.
your.
I'm looking at you. I am looking at you.
You can type /stand.
Oh my goodness, look at you.
/stand.
Yeah. That should do it. There you go.
Bree. I hit a button and I don't know what to do now. Hang on, I do have a knife. A survival knife. Instead of my Slytherin, my Slitherhorn, my whatever. Yeah, this is not gonna go well.
Oh, you got bleeds.
Yeah. I've forgotten how powerful this is.
Ah! Oh, jeez. Okay. I thought it was starting to attack me. Oh, I got 20 points of one-handed.
Don't hit the pile of leaves yet. We gotta kill all the Rontos surrounding.
Dude, I can't do anything.
You just
I'm
hit
trying.
the pile.
I'm trying to stop. How do I stop?
Hit peace or slash peace.
Yes. Oh my gosh, run away.
Never bring a survival knife to a blaster fight. Yeah. Good one, Natalia. Ah! No, it looked at me. It looked at me.
It looked at me.
I need it to not look at me. I will kick you. I will poke you with the slither horn. I mean, seriously. I'm just gonna keep dancing around. Oh, I'm the camera girl, so.
Ah, there we go. I remembered I had food.
Nerf combat dancers.
Oh, we're not doing that badly.
No, but I'm doing horribly because I'm not hitting very hard. I have a lot of health, so I can take some damage, but I can't hit very hard.
I have a lot of stamina. My mind pool is better than yours.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, your guys' is shortened over there, huh?
Yeah.
Probably still, because yeah. Let's come over here. Alright, people are saying don't flirt with well, some people are saying vote flirt, others are saying don't flirt with the Ronto.
Are you sure? Shouldn't flirt with the Ronto? That might actually stop them from attacking us.
I feel like maybe your audience is nothing but trolls. I don't know why I think that.
No, these people are awesome.
The good kind of trolls.
Yes, they're the happy
Oh
trolls.
no,
Right.
Larry, what have you done?
More Rontos.
Supposed SWG veterans. Yeah, well, when the game has been gone for a decade, man. Today would be the 15th anniversary, and I would still be playing it.
Yup.
Whoa, don't look at me, Ronto, dude.
I don't think that Ronto likes you.
Ah! I have screen shake on if you
The
couldn't
screen
tell.
shake is awful. Oh my goodness. It's nauseating.
I never did combat. The only combat I ever did was when I became a creature handler, and I had kitty cats that did combat for me. Happy trolls with uncombed hair. So yeah, I did scout and creature handler with the dancer. And I had one that was bugged, so it was only level 0, and the other one was like max level. So I got 2 giant combat kitties. My first was a set of twin Narglatches, red Narglatches.
You mean way back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Not like when they added Beast Mastery back.
No. My 2 little Narglatches. They were the real ones. And then I had, was it Gurix?
I remember those, yeah.
One I had,
like...
the one that was bioengineered like Uber, and the other one was bioengineered Uber, but for some reason it came out as a level 0, so I could call them both. So I had 2 like max levels.
MJ the Haxor.
No, they actually, that happened a lot of time. They became extremely valuable if you had a good one with a low level. Yeah, see, this is not something I ever did in my career. I stayed in there and I danced and I listened to the stories of people doing this. This was not what MJ did. Now we know what MJ is training her house panthers for. Yeah. Man. My kittens of chaos are going to be great. Attack.
Oh my gosh, the screen shake.
So wait, this is a mission you're doing that you're going to get money for?
Yes, that's the idea.
Bree should have gotten
I think we
gotten
all will because we're all standing here, right? We're all working
Something
on it.
like that, yeah.
I can't remember what it like. I don't think it splits. It just gives everybody the same amount.
Pile
I think it's
of
actually
leaves.
more. Wasn't that the trick? Is like if you
You had
take
more
by yourself,
people-
you get like 1K, but if you take with 3 people, you each get 2K, or it's something ridiculous to encourage grouping. I mean, it made sense.
I remember that.
Yeah, but we used to all get missions near each other. I remember
Yes.
this. All getting missions near each other, and we'd all do separate missions. But because we were within
But
a
you'd
certain
get,
range,
yeah, you'd
we'd
get the
all
double
still
pay.
get. Yeah.
I'll
I remember
here.
that.
I'll attack the pile. I'm brave.
Make sure you hit peace whenever the Rontos show up again. Because they'll start healing the pile of leaves, and it just becomes ridiculous.
Well, all I have to do is run out of run away.
Why is this 20-minute mission just about raking this pile of leaves?
An excellent question.
Run away!
Right, peace. Oh god.
Oh,
Oh,
we
it
are
hurts.
so dead. Fudge! Everybody run! Time to earn some
Ow.
kiting pay.
Oh, my mind pool went to 0.
Whoa! Incapped. Yeah, I have no health. But I'm no longer dizzy or stunned.
I love how the music for this is the asteroid field music from Empire. That's the best part. It's very
Yeah.
exciting. I don't know if you guys can hear it on Twitch.
Yep, that pile of leaves is fully healed now.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, Bree's still running for it.
I'm still
Yeah.
kiting, but I'm not gonna make it.
Oh no, there
Oh,
you
there's
go.
2 of them there. Oh, look at that. She got one.
Oh no. Oh, it's after me.
I got 2 of them. I couldn't get that 3rd one.
It looked like you only had one after you because they were both
I
together.
killed the first one. Yeah.
And then it like falls over dead and still coming at you, and I'm like, oh
I
man,
had
that
3.
sucks.
Yeah. That's
As
all
long
right,
as
you
it
capped
doesn't
on
hit my
myself.
mind pool, I'll be okay. But they seem to be hitting my mind pool quite a bit.
Yeah, I have almost half my health back. Ah,
Sorry, Larry. I didn't mean to pull it off of you.
Larry's like, no, I don't mind, thank you.
Yeah, but
Actually,
he can't
he's
do
got-
squat if he's running. Fudgersons! Alright, so I actually died that time.
Oh no.
I don't think you can res people if you're not a doctor?
Nope.
Can't remember. Alright, let's try the cloner.
I can attack you, it said. Maybe. Alright. Let's.
Oh, that Ronto's not happy with me. I really need to get my mind pool back. You need a camp,
You
don't
need
you?
a campsite, and I'm not old enough.
Oh my god.
I'm not big enough
Wait,
to
I
make
can do all
one.
that. What am I doing? I could totally make a camp. One sec.
Yes.
I told you I have like all of Scout. I just have to figure out how to make something. This
Come
game,
on,
you
Bree!
guys, I don't remember anything.
How many expansions did SWG end up having? 3?
3.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Lightspeed's the only one I even remember.
Lightspeed, Rage
Rage
of
of the
the
Wookiees and
the Mustafar
Wookiees.
one.
the Mustafar. Yeah, exactly. Trials of Obi-Wan. That was
Yeah,
the
that's
one that
it.
came out right after NGE and caused the yes.
Oh, see, I don't even remember that. I blocked those out of my mind. I do remember
I
going to
loved
Kashyyyk,
Mustafar.
though.
That was amazing. The HK instance was one of the best things you could do.
I didn't do a lot of combat, though.
It was that's how you got the YT 2400.
Yep, I
Was
did
doing
get
that. So you did do it.
No, I got mine as a collector's or something.
The YT 2400 was not tradable.
I know. It was a if you got collector's edition or something. The big pleasure ship. Is that
No,
Oh.
no.
What was that one called?
Dash Rendar's ship. The one that looks like looks like the Millennium Falcon, but not quite the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah, friends had that one. I don't think I had that one.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the yacht. It was
Yeah,
a YT
yeah.
something.
Oh
No.
yes, the pleasure barge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Why
the
was
that
the
was
why
the-
something
and
pleasure
the
barge?
10-seater cars, the whatever barge. Do you guys remember that? Where you could actually put all your friends in the same car?
Well, your
I do,
speeder
but I
is-
never had one.
Your speeder is really on fire
Yeah, I have another one. It's all good.
now. Okay, my mind's just about fully healed.
Yeah, you say that.
So it looks like without a droid, I can make a really crappy tent. Yay, crappy tent.
But I could dance at it. You have an
Yeah,
entertainer?
as long as you can dance at it, we can heal. We can
I'll
out
just
of combat heal. I don't know what they called it in this game.
Oh, what was the your battle fatigue? I can heal your battle fatigue and
I think I probably have to run away from the... Let me see if I can figure out where to put it down.
Oh, yeah, you have to be on. Don't you have to be on like flat surface and
Yeah.
nowhere near any buildings? And...
has to be kind of flat. Bree, you just
There it is. It worked.
disappeared. Oh, it made this flat surface. Because this is not flat a second ago. Alright, I'll just send... This is my job. I'll stand up here. I'll just stand up here and... At Bree's request, play the music. Now I have to equip the... We'll listen to the Slither horn for a while. Star Wars 1! That's
You
the
don't
only one I've
flourish.
got.
You just keep playing that over and over again with your Slitherhorn. I'm telling you, nightmares. Like if I were an evil, terrorist and I were gonna torture people, that's what I would play, just on loop. YouTube video of that 24/7. I mean, I would break so fast. It's bad.
Yeah, you could only flourish every once in a while. There was like, in order to get XP, you'd have to flourish every once in a while, and I forget what it was.
Yeah, you only get XP for the flourishes.
Yeah, you only get XP for the flourishes, but you couldn't do it all the time. Otherwise, you would, it wouldn't count or something along that line.
I like Hikari singing there. You could dance if you want to. You could even leave your coworkers behind. I should drag Hikari down here and make her start singing for us.
So we've been at this one pile of leaves, raking this one pile of leaves
Yep.
for
like a
how
half
long?
an hour?
Yeah, for like half an hour.
But you know what? That's what the game really... It was slower paced.
Oh, it totally was.
I mean, granted, most people would come out and do this actually with like weapons and stuff.
Or a larger group of people.
Yeah. Instead, he took it when one person doesn't even have combat abilities.
Hey, we all need to eat and rake leaves.
Pile of leaves is a world boss.
It kinda is. At this level, a pile of leaves is a world boss.
Don't forget you have to watch.
I clicked listen.
listen.
And
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know if
Listen.
it's working though.
It says I'm getting entertainer healing experience
Oh,
from
good.
it.
So it must be working.
Oh yeah, you've got a lot of.
You've got a
Battle
lot
fatigue.
of battle
I died.
fatigue. Oh, but you remember how fun it was? I mean, I assume both of you have done some kind of entertainer stuff at some point. The
Oh,
band
yeah.
flourishes.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness. I mean,
I think this is.
Secret World did
Are you
something
guys-
like that with
hold on, are
the
you guys
shoes of
within-
synchronicity.
Are you guys within range to get money if I kill this thing?
I don't think so, or I wouldn't have been able to make the camp. We should run back down the hill, MJ.
All right, hang on.
I stopped fighting for a second
Don't stop.
because I might actually kill this thing.
No.
If I could hit it with my horn, I
We
would.
might actually rake this leaves. Rake these pile of leaves. We can finally do it. Yeah, see, it blowed up.
Attack.
There we go. Oh, and I'm in a rock.
All right, that gave us about, what is it, 2511?
Yeah, that's what I got.
And some combat X and some pistol X for me anyway.
Yeah.
Half a swoop, man. Half a swoop.
So probably should take on slightly easier prey. Maybe get MJ some skills.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. You run uphill slower when you don't have exploration or whatever it is for a scout. Totally forgot about that.
All right, here you go. Some music to soothe the soul. Oh my gosh, getting to play new songs or new dances, like, yes!
I think last year when we did this, because I'm pretty sure we did this last year, we went on the other server and we all had maxed out entertainers. I think we ended up doing like group music or something.
Well,
we did. But the first one was here but then we did the test center, another one, because there's just
The test
not
center
a lot you can
has blue
show
frogs.
here. The blue frogs. So you have money, you have skills. But I was still a dancer there, so. I mean, we've done one. There was the beginning, and then 2016's anniversary, 2017's anniversary, and now. So we have. This is the 4th stream. And you had favorite flourishes.
You ought to like open up your the skill window and show people what the skills look like. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people, maybe not our audience, because our audience is pretty hardcore old school, but a lot of people maybe watching the stream later have probably never even seen what a skill tree like this looks like. It's pretty wild. I mean, it's really different from a leveling game like WoW.
It's great. I love the skill tree.
Oh, I miss this so much. Yeah, so I have Novice Entertainer here.
My favorite was actually not the NGE but the CU, which happened in between this and the NGE, where you still had the skills, but you also had leveling as well. Just the whole leveling experience was a lot better. And you also had group dynamics, whereas this you don't have group dynamics as much. Just basically kill things until they're dead. Whereas you had kind of they had like a chart, like an algorithmic chart or something like that, where they would show which classes worked best with each other whenever the CU was going on. And there was one that was like a tank, which was like your Terrakazi, and then you had it was basically the Trinity with a healer, or I guess I'm sorry, classic Trinity had a Mezzer, right? So you had a Mezzer, you had a tank, you had a DPS, and you had a healer, which is not a Trinity, but still, that's the.
You guys are gonna have to start watching because I couldn't take the music anymore. I need that dancing XP. I'm only at 330 and I need 1,000.
But that's how, that's how that used to work. Whenever the CU came out, when this came, this is just basically you hit things until they died. But when the CU came out, you actually had group dynamics, which was a lot. I was a big fan of the CU. That combat system was so much better than what they started with, and also I think it was better than from a skill-based system. It was better than what the NGE gave us.
Yeah, I think the hybrid was better.
Yeah.
I mean, the NGE was, yeah, I mean, we could probably talk about this all day, but just taking so much away, gutting stuff out of the game, like, completely. There was no way to get some of it back. That was the dumbest thing SOE and LucasArts could have done.
Yeah. I think that some of the extra stuff that the NGE did later, about what a year and a half to almost 2 years into its existence, it was really good, but it took that long for it to get good again.
Yeah, that's what I meant before. Like, I mean, they took out Creature Handler, and then they didn't put it back for a couple of years, and then they finally put back Beast Mastery. And then, honestly, the new version was better. The way you made pets was better. The fact that you could kind of pick it up on any character, that was way cooler than just making it one, sliver of gameplay that almost nobody got to do. But it was the time in between that just killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how long... Now, Raph Koster actually wrote one time how long it actually took to make SWG, which was a lot shorter than anybody imagined. Because I thought it was like 7 years or something like that it took to create it. But
no, it wasn't. It was only a couple years, yeah.
Yeah, it was only like 3 years maybe at tops. Which blew my mind that it was only in development for that long. Especially when you look at now, when it takes at least 5 years to make an MMO.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And then to see, what was in this, how deep this really is. To be fair, we're standing in a tent watching MJ go da-da-da over and over again, but so it doesn't look very deep, but there's actually so much to this game, and the fact that they pulled that out, and the whole thing is just this messy accident that you just can't even believe ever got finished and was even remotely competent. And that people put up with it, when it was so much of it was broken. It was a really weird time.
Now, what people can't see, like the battle fatigue, when they took that out, they like ruined the entertainer system. But so there are black lines up here in all of the pools, but you'll see every little bit it'll tick up, you'll see a little white. That's because the black is taken away by watching entertainers or listening, and then she can heal, like right there. I mean, you were actually useful. It wasn't just a throwaway thing. I mean, every class had uses.
And if we weren't crappy newbies right now, or we're not, some of us, I mean, we're mid-level newbies, whatever. We're not super hardcore. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a mastery of anything. I just have stuff maxed out. But I'm just saying, like, we would have a way better campsite for starters instead of this crappy thing I made with no station whatsoever. MJ would, have like way better songs and way better dances, and we would have better combat moves. It's kind of hard to show off the game. Maybe we really should have gone with the frogs, right? But
next time. Next year.
Everybody keeps asking that I do this more often than once a year. So why not? Why not find a reason to jump in again? But yeah, it feels...
Now, okay, so are there less NPCs and creatures around here than on the this server than on the live servers? Because I recall
it was too dangerous for me to travel alone. Yes, and here I just ran right out.
I know, and here we are just standing in the middle of nowhere, and we're not. Oh wait, is that a Tuscan?
We're right next to a player city too. Maybe it's there's low spawn out here because of that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course there was crappy spawn right outside of your freaking door.
It's a Jawa leader. There's a Jawa over there.
We should go look at the city, by the way, while we're standing here. You don't have to keep healing me, MJ, if you want to just go do that.
Oh, where is the player city?
Oh, it's right. It's like to our... What is that? Our...
Where's
my map?
Where's the big map?
Mumble is blocking my map. I think it's to the northeast. It's Tombstone. It's that thing right next to us that we're, like, looking down on. Because you can see the one building right underneath us.
That's a player city?
I think so, because I that's where I cloned. That's where I rezzed.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's...
Oh, yeah.
Tombstone, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's a good one, but... Oh, yeah. Hey, see factories? That's definitely a city. Yeah, they have... It's pretty good. Township is like the middle tier, right? They have a lot of freaking houses here. You should definitely swoop through here, MJ, with your map up so people can see just how many houses are in just this one player city. They got a cantina, they got everything.
Alright, so... Oh, I can't. Here we go. Yeah, so here's the player city down here
Yeah, the
called
I wonder if they
Tombstone.
I wonder if they decorated the city hall. That might be also why we don't have as many NPC or creatures and NPCs around here, is because we have a city right here.
Yeah.
You are leaving abandoned camp.
Oh no, not my abandoned camp. It was so terrible.
And I always appreciated, I'm not sure what waypoint thing I've got flashing on my screen right now, the yellow one, I gotta figure that out, but how the little arrows in your group just pointed out where your group members were.
That was super revolutionary when that I think that's our other mission. Did Larry take 2 missions?
Yeah, there's a second mission, that yellow arrow.
Ah.
Oh, hey, look, I can vote for mayor.
They decorated their cantina. I mean, it's like
Oh, the canteen is decorated. Okay,
it's like not super great, but they put some little effort into it using what was available, which is not that much. That was another thing the NGE did, was add tons of really awesome stuff like furniture and deco, and oh my goodness, there was not that much in the original game. You had to use so much imagination.
Minimalist, I'm too old for Twitch stuff. What's temp emotes? Oh, temporary emotes. I'm not sure if they're only available temporary or...
Oh, yeah, there's stuff in here. I mean, not a whole lot. There's...
Are you in the city hall? Or...
In their cantina. I'm gonna go to you're right, the city hall next. Although, whoever decorated the city halls, really, nobody did that.
Oh, one of the guys on Starsider.
Yeah?
Oh my gosh, the stuff he did with the city hall was insane.
Oh yeah.
What was his name even? Because he used to be the best decorator on Starsider, and he would just I think he had like a giant crystal, not a real, like he created something that looked like a crystal, but it was in the city hall, and you could go up on that platform and it, like, there were hallways, like he created new hallways in the city hall.
Oh, cool.
And it was nuts.
I liked making, in my cantina, I made the privacy booths. Where, you remember how you could see through some things on one side, not the other? So there were 2 sides that I had closed off, and that's where the high ranking...
Gosh.
See, either there's nothing in here, or it's not spawning forever.
I didn't see anything
there's
in there.
nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Come out to the front. I got to show you guys something, because this is something that I thought was hilarious, and they never ever fixed it.
I loved my decorating. The time I made fish tanks in guild halls, because before they took Vanguard and started doing the Z-axis.
Try to step right here. See where I'm running? You can't do it. See what I'm talking about? It's like there's something...
Nice. There is. The mesh is invisible, but taller than our freaking...
Yeah, so what it is...
That's embarrassing.
What it is the mesh, the polys are the same. Every city hall is exactly the same for the polygons. And one of them, I forget which one it is, I think it's the Naboo one, actually has pillars right there.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so therefore you can't, because the collision and polys are the same, there's actually a pillar right here, an invisible pillar on the Tatooine city hall. It's hilarious.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They had player cities, and they're amazing and epic, and like they're a mess. Like these little details are just like, oh my goodness, they really did just kind of throw this stuff together at the last minute, and it is a miracle any of it worked.
Oh, everything was like that. It was just, but it was awesome at the same time. It's like nothing, like anything they launched, like when you never used it. You always try it out, but you never really did anything when they first launched it.
Oh no,
it
you
was
can't
always going to
trust
be broken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember, like, you probably guys, I'm sure you did this, the night before they put in player cities, like, my guild stayed up that night. Because we knew we had like a mission.
Oh,
We had to
right.
all get up, right at server up, right when the patch hit, and go claim a city as fast as we had the whole thing mapped out. Who was going where, who was in charge of what, how did we get our stuff to our architect to whip that city hall up. It was insane. You just never see anything like that in your standard MMO anymore. You know, you have to go to something like EVE Online to get that kind of like insane coordination.
Okay, there is. Where is it? Where am I?
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, come in. You guys are near me.
No, I'm in the cantina.
Oh,
They
no,
actually have
this
something
is-
named "Stand on Rug to Craft Stations Above Bar." They
Oh,
do. They have
no
the.
way.
They have the stations hidden up above the bar.
Look,
In
there's.
the cantina?
Yes.
Ooh, maybe I can make a better camp.
So there's a couple of players here.
But yeah, these two side rooms, I actually made it. Yeah, stand right here. It's actually named "Stand on Rug to." So we had and then you used a merchant vendor here, you know, to make a guard, and then right here there was a guard blocking the way and a little curtain, and this entire thing was blocked with like painting, so you couldn't see in, but all the players that were in here could see out. That was one of my favorite things to design in the cantina. The fish tanks. Before they allowed you to use the Z-axis, the only way you could have a fish tank with things up and down, you had to place something on a step here, and then it could go at the level of the step. So literally, it was only those guild halls at first that you could make a fish tank in, because you could put it on the step in the Tatooine one, and then it goes down in. Or was that the large house? That might have been the large
Don't
house.
remember.
And you could only place it here, and then start moving it sideways. And then when then SOE got Vanguard, we were all like, get the Z-axis, get the Z-axis. If you get nothing else, please, Z-axis. And yep, both EQ2 and SWG got the Z-axis. It was so glorious.
Oh, and backpacks that you could rename. Oh my god.
Oh, it's just everything that you could rename. I had a bunch of paintings. Beautiful white back. I called them ceramic tile. And one of the little Naboo houses I turned into a bathhouse. And I had a fountain upside down, so it was shooting down a huge shower and ceramic tile in the bottom. And
I'm at a.
my dressing room was all a gigantic closet. I had like a medium house that was a dressing room.
There's a Tatooine. There's a Tatooine. I guess is this the guild hall? Called the Tombstone Mall. If you come, it's just to the north of the. Oh yeah, it's just to, well, we're just to the north of Cantina. I think it's north. No, it's not north. I'm sorry. I thought it was. It's just to the
By the bank?
east of the Cantina. Yeah. Well, there's two banks.
Yeah, there's
It's
a
the
bank
east,
right
it's
there.
the east bank.
Which way is east?
It's pretty decent decorating in here. I'm
Do
not.
they have
like-
clothes?
I think. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I didn't look.
What kind of Star Wars Galaxies player are you anyway?
I mean, they clearly have clothes because they've dressed all their vendors in nice stuff.
Oh, I see what you mean. They have some actual people.
Yeah,
Humans people.
they're AFK
Wow.
like everybody else, but they're human people. There's armor.
Yeah, this is the one that I built. I would build fish tanks for people, because you'd set it on this top step here.
Yeah.
And I usually would place it right here, and I made you make a big fish tank, because you can actually put the fish and plants on these different levels.
Coolest stuff ever. Well, clearly that's a vendor I gotta look at.
Armor and PSGs by Chili.
Oh, there's a Jawa knife that. Why is this Jawa? Jonta knife. Sorry, why is this Jonta knife so?
Grind
Special.
Weapons by Chili.
MJ, trade with me real quick.
What? Okay. She says as if I
Radio menu.
start trading.
Ooh, it's because it has mind poison.
Oh, not
That's
Shadow
why.
Paw. Really?
Hey, I was making it at the craft station. You told me to come to. You guys want to do drugs? Who wants to get high? Because hey, Star Wars Galaxies let you do that.
You know what? I don't
That's
think
right.
I ever had one in. I don't think I ever did.
Oh man, Spice was like a big deal because for a while they had taken it pretty much out of the game and you couldn't make it. Did they ever put
I
it
know.
back in? I'm trying to remember.
No, they never ever put it back in
Oh.
because
The spice shop became.
somebody wouldn't allow you to do it. Like I wasn't sure if it was like you couldn't keep the teen rating or something along that line with having spice in there with characters that actually did drugs, so they had to change it.
Yeah,
No.
so we had one person, and I know Jeff had a huge collection of spice, and it became
So
so
did I.
valuable.
Yeah.
Should I
Yeah.
take this? Should I take it?
Yes, you should take it. That's the whole point. Take it and see what happens. I can't even remember.
You feel an
I think
increase in
it's-
your reaction speed?
It looks like, yeah, it's going to give you 250 action and 250 quickness for 10 minutes, and then it's going to... Does it drop your strength right away? I can't remember whether... Like, didn't they have, like after effects? Like, what do they call those?
Yeah.
Downers.
Yeah.
Hangovers?
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I don't remember if you lose the strength now or if it's after everything else wears off.
I have
Yes,
no
I got
idea.
MJ to take drugs on a stream.
This is my boss, guys. This is my boss. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Fruit, food and drink, clothing. Oh, BE clothing. B the clothing. Bling.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about bioengineering. Oh my goodness. I ground that. I ground that whole thing. I wanted to die. It was awful.
Oh, there's a vendor called clothing. I'll just stand back here with him.
It's empty.
Aww.
Oh no.
Yes, he had one of these in white that goes to gold.
Whoa, wait a second.
What?
Check your chat room.
Ah! Smed! Hey!
Is it really?
Yes! Hey! Welcome to our nostalgia.
I like
Our
how Smeg
extremely
shows
low
up
level.
As soon as we pull out the online drugs.
Oh, that's terrible. No, I know.
You know what? We could ask him, Smed, why did you guys never put Spice back into Star Wars Galaxies? You tell us. You
There you
know
go.
the answer.
Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember being something about the drugs, the whole druggy stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But how did it get in the first place, right? I mean,
He doesn't really know. Ralph would know. There you
he
go.
probably would.
That's who we need
It's
to tweet
probably
next.
in Raph's book, for that matter, and I haven't
probably
finished the
is.
Star Wars Galaxies chapters yet. 700 pages, guys. It's a big book.
Oh.
Bulk backpacks. What? Bulk backpacks?
He says the developers probably didn't. Well, you know, back in those heady early aughts, it was a really interesting period. Yeah, it really wasn't.
Oh, and the Twi'lek pictures. I remember selling those. Were those
Oh,
the ones
man.
that came from the Jabba's palace, or was that a different painting?
No, yeah, that's the one. That was one of the original ones that came from Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
And those actually stopped being in circulation when they did the whole revamp of Jabba's palace. They stopped having those.
I know. That's how I got richer, because okay, you already know MJ's a pack rat in games, but I also knew who had what and where, and this stuff all became super valuable. And it was like, yeah, okay, I can sell you one. How many million credits have you got for me? It was-
So I actually, and I can admit this now because we're long past anything that would give me to get repercussions for it. My first million was done by selling the Clone Wars armor. You know which one of the ones I'm talking about?
The Clone Wars armor.
Yeah. When what was it? Was that during Rage of Wookiees? I forget.
Wow, I have no memory of this.
Okay, so
Wait.
there was a
Are you talking about the not? Ooh, No, not Mabari. What was that stuff called? The
But-
RAS armor.
No, it was
No?
actually the Clone Wars armor. You would actually get it during a quest. There was a quest line that you get on. I think it started on Tatooine. You would talk to an old clone, and then he would give you a quest to go to a whole bunch of different places. And I know one of them was on Naboo and whatnot. But what I used to do is I would train. I would have 2 accounts and recreate a character over and over again because everything is tradable in this game. Everything was tradable, and so I would make an alt, have that alt. I would carry that alt through this quest, and then my alt would then give me the armor once he got the armor, and then I would sell it. I sold so many pieces of that armor.
You are gonna have to find a picture of this armor because I have no memory of this. That blows me away.
You guys are gonna have to let me read one of Smedley's comments so that we have it immortalized here.
Okay.
Heck, I didn't even notice the Kinos clock was 4:20 until 10 years in.
Man, those variant devs, you just can't trust them. They're wily.
Oh yeah, I have just. This is something that, especially games now, they really don't get. I would sit on a rooftop. The number of times that I would, and with a friend, or with somebody, stop what you're doing just to watch the Tatooine sunset. Seriously, we just stop.
It's pretty. Look at it.
I know. I look at that. Oh, Smedley. Does anybody remember how to hide UI in this game? Because none of us remember, and there's no command. I've been sitting here with like Alt H, Alt F. I thought it was Control. It was some combination, but I can't remember.
I got nothing.
I got nothing either.
I don't remember. I like tried to take a screenshot. I'm so sad, but I remember. So my last stream post. For the surprise game when I streamed the Emu before the other site closed down, it was a picture of me sitting there, and it was one of the last things I did in game was watch the sunset. But the best thing was with my friend who also played on Starsider, who is a big wig at PC Gamer. There were 4 of us.
Control Shift H.
Control Shift H.
Why didn't we think of that?
Oh, I was trying so many combinations. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm like Control Shift F, G, K. I hadn't gotten to H yet. So we actually got in the ship. We got in the Millennial Falcon lookalike, and we took off.
I think we should always call it the Millennial Falcon from now on. By the way.
I don't know what the original name was. I have no clue. But we did. We got in the ship, and we tried to time it. Okay, we were a few seconds off. But as the server was shutting down, we hit to light speed and had the whole... Actually, the header image of that article of the farewell retrospective from Chris Thurston is actually my character, and then the 4 of us together that we played together just forever.
Yeah, a lot of the screenshots that I use for my articles that happen to mention Star Wars Galaxies, they're from the last day. I went on a binge, right? You just couldn't help it.
Yeah.
I sent a picture of the armor in Slack.
Oh, cool.
Now, did Screenshot actually take the print screen? I mean...
I don't remember.
I don't remember that either.
Age Myth, Google it for us.
Age Myth, you are our... I'm just hitting print screen. I don't know if it's doing anything or not. And you're right, Hikari. I wish Nightbot didn't erase all messages. So I don't know if this is something we can look into fixing, Bree, but yeah, if somebody types in all caps because they're excited or something, they get Nightbotted, which means everything that they've said the entire stream gets deleted.
What?
That makes no sense.
we
but
could probably fix that.
I forget that Twitch lives in this alternate universe of logic, and you have to work around it. We'll have to fix it. That's not something we want. I mean, I like my all caps. Hello.
I mean, I understand they don't want people shame, but I really would. I would sit days on end. I would stop and just, wait while the sun set. And that was so peaceful and neat to me. How many games does anyone ever do that? Print screen should be working. We'll
Not
see.
that many.
Next time, I mean, I still stop and go to waterfalls and just hang out, and people are like, come on, we gotta go finish the quest, and be like, ugh.
I have a giant collection of screenshots from Glitch where I just went around to all of the abandoned rooms and took pictures. I consider that bizarre and weird, and I can't believe people built that, and that's why I did it. This, I mean, at least it makes sense, right? They were trying to capture the drama of Star Wars. If you don't come up with some Tatooine suns, you may as well just go home and pick another planet, because this is what people came to see.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, oh, this game, I still have to this day close friendships that were formed in here. And basically, you know, with the exception of my immediate family, the closest people in my life are people that I met in this game. I still do. I visit them. I talk to them. I've been to London. I've gone to England and stayed with one of them, you know, we actually share a birthday. So I went there when I did the Ireland trip. We went and we hung out for a couple days and, you know, introduced each other's families.
I'm sorry, you just came down on the stream, came off of your drugs.
I know, that's what
She's puking on the stream. And she's this really intimate, sincere moment. Excuse me.
I was planning that 10 minutes ago. I knew this was coming, so I had to...
I want to say how much I love you all. I love you all. I know, H-Smith, I have actually never taken a single one of the drugs my entire Star Wars Galaxies career. So I knew something would happen. But the first time my character went down on the knees, I'm like, wait, was that a bug? Did I trip? Wait, what just happened? I don't even know. I don't even know.
All right, well, I have got to get out of here.
Oh my goodness, it's 4:30.
Yes, it is. So I gotta run. I'm late, actually. So I will see you guys later.
This has been fun.
Yes, I really enjoyed it.
And I love that Smed came, by the way, because we get people trolling us all the time, like, how can you possibly support an emulator? Emulators are so illegal. It's like, guys, if Smed is cool with it, I know he's not here in any official capacity, but if he's okay with it, I can sleep at night just fine.
Yeah. The memories. Start singing memories here in just a moment. I know, Edge, I'm totally... Okay, well, this isn't my original character. She's still the sweet little innocent Twi'lek she ever was. This Twi'lek, on the other hand, well, she has some issues now. And now she's a druggie, thanks to the decrease in your reaction speed. That's what my boss does, guys. No, this game, it can't be recreated. I mean, I wish it could, but to this day, and I put this in the post, okay? We're gonna say that in 15 years, no other game has ever been able to dethrone this game. You can't.
Not even close. Not even close.
You know, and some people, and it's fine. Y'all enjoy your battle royales if that's what you're into or whatever, but there are still things you could do in this game that you still can't do in any other game. It just... But then again, I don't think I could ever get back into, like, full-time in the emulator or whatever, because part of the experience was this phenomenal role-playing community and stories that came and went, and I mean, a whole history. I mean, the entire thing of the game, there were certain cities, and there was, you know, the rival gangs and our war ring that we had together, and just so much. And as people started dropping off and their characters died or went away or what, you know, it's like those stories are like real set stories for me. I can't do a reboot. I can't do a remake. I mean, I know some franchises and stuff are really cool with just rebooting to make their own stories, and you know, the person I played with, we were here together, we've tried it, but it's just, no, because it's not just about who our two characters were, it was who our two characters were interwoven with the rest of the galaxy. You know, who the nemesis is, the anemones, whatever, who they were and who your secret underground, contacts and all that stuff. And then all it became was coming in and leveling, because all of that was gone, and that part of it I can't recreate. But I keep hoping another game will come, offer a lot of these. I mean, obviously they won't have the Star Wars feel, but a lot of these just features. And still, no. I mean, just the TAF. Okay? What game will ever allow PvP for those who want PvP and not PvP for those who don't want PvP, Like, nobody's gotten that.
No one is making the hybrid kind of setting that's actually trying to suit everyone. No one's even bothering. Because it's way cheaper to not do that. I mean, we've talked about this a million times in the last 10 years, right? Nobody really needs to hear the lecture again. But I personally, I could come back, I could do this again, but the emulator to me is still really rudimentary. It doesn't have so much of the game. It's like missing it. And I could actually play without some of the people, because I always kind of like meeting randos, strangers and whatnot, and just kind of dropping in and out. I don't necessarily need everybody back. But I do want it to be a little bit more solid than it is. I want more content. I mean, if you guys have been following the emulator at all, they've been promising Sun Crusher, which is like the finished version of the emulator for so long. It's like almost a joke. This Basilisk that we're playing on is supposed to be a temporary server, and it's filled with cheaters and people macroing. It's a mess. It's a borky mess, and so it's kind of missing some of the like finality of what I really, really want out of the emulator. To me, that just ruins it for actual like day-to-day play.
Yeah, I think I could start a new life. I can't remake the life that was here. And, Hikari, why did Hikari get... the thing is, so BBB is saying, don't know what the appeal was. Well, some of that depends on if you're a role player at all in games. Because the game was all about people's story. I mean, it was a world. You had people you went to for food. You had, there were people who were cooks. There were people who were entertainers.
Right. It was trying to be a simulation. It was letting you be your own Uncle Owen. If you want to play Uncle Owen, you can do that in this game. If you want to be Luke Skywalker, well, you could kind of do that in this game. If you wanted to be Han Solo, you could do that in this game, right? I mean, that was the idea, and there weren't a lot of MMOs at the time, and there really still aren't where you could do that.
Yeah, and for me, I came in, like, the only MMO I played before was Sims Online, okay? That's MMO-ish, right? And I only did that because of how much I love the building, and I got in, and then I ended up being separated from family by the US, and this was back before, free long distance, and, it was how we communicated every night, okay? Is through the chat in the alpha of The Sims Online, seriously. And so I got into this game, and I know everybody probably has their first MMO feelings, but I still remember, because I spawned on the... Oh, I don't know that... I didn't spawn on Naboo, because I actually had better clothes by the time...
It's probably Rory, because everybody was funneled out to the moons.
No, I went to... It was Corellia, because that's where my friend was based.
Ah.
And I remember traveling to Naboo for the first time, and I still remember, because I was in that bodysuit outfit. Do you remember that skin-tight bodysuit?
Oh my goodness.
With the funny stripe pattern in the... Anyway... It was dark blue with gold and the pattern. It was crazy. And I remember running. I was like, I don't have the money to get between the two cities. I just barely had the money to, like, get to Theed. And I wanted to go to this other city, so I started running to it. And just how my mouth was open as I'm running through these jungly areas and these lush areas. And I'm, like, leaving. Because Sims Online, you just go to the telephone booth and you pop anywhere, And I didn't play any MMOs before that, so I didn't know. And I just, oh my gosh, it amazed me. And the fact that it was just this world. And my favorite thing was sitting in the cantina as the dancer. I mean, this just fit my personality perfectly. Listening to all the stories that people were telling of their adventures and what they're doing. And when they went out and, raided that Tusken Raider village and coming back with this really awesome loot or, all of that stuff. And it was amazing. And then, of course, because I was in Mos Eisley, is where I ended up settling, then there was all the criminal RP elements and these underhanded things. And it wasn't actually people. And this is the other thing. The role players, there was like this unwritten code. I mean, people were dastardly in game, but they weren't dastardly people to the other players. And our war ring, we had 6 guilds that were all flagged on each other.
We did the same thing, yep.
And I remember one time I just pulled out, I didn't really use it, but I'm like, guys, I got this really amazing, that freaky half spider thing? I don't even remember what it was. And I pulled it out to show people, and it immediately took off. And I was like, wow, that was weird. Forgetting, this is before you realize that some of the pets were naturally aggro. And,
Right.
and you know, suddenly, because there were these unwritten rules, you know, nobody just blasts and kills people, or, you know, and nobody did that. There were very few incidences, and I suddenly get this out of character tell of, why did you just kill one of our dancers? I'm like, I'm standing outside the cantina talking to someone, and I'm all, what do you mean? Why did I kill one of your dancers? What are you talking about? And I have no clue what they're saying. And by this time, I mean, I thought the spider despawned. No, it was running.
Spiders on a rampage.
It was running around Mos Eisley, slaughtering the other people, the other guilds. Oh my gosh! And we seriously thought it despawned because it like was really fast. It just skittered and then like it hit a wall, and we thought, you know, poofed. And I'm like, oh well, whatever. And so I still talk to the person. Meanwhile, this spider is off slaughtering the other guilds, and I'm getting these tells and like, you know, why are you?
You
know,
broke the code. You
why
broke the
why-
truce, right?
And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, your pet is over here killing all of our unarmed people. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
I believe we mentioned that this game was a piece of buggy crap, but with all love for it. But come on, it really was.
But it was awesome then, because the person that my character ended up marrying and the person she was dating was in another guild in this war ring, right? And so I'd go to visit, and my war cats, which are her protectors, would randomly chase their crafters and get them stuck in their houses, and we'd get these tells, hi, could you have her come please get her cats away from my house so that I can leave again? Just, what other game does stuff like that? Those are some of my favorite memories. Just, and they would, because you'd say, you know, sit, you command them, but then if you had them on wander, oh my gosh, and they would attack reds, and you didn't think of it, but the players were reds.
Yep.
So, things like that, it just, oh my gosh. I speak emotionally when I talk about this game. I really do, but the friendships, and I mean, I didn't even talk out of character in this game until like years into it. It was really neat. If you like stories and you like seeing things happen around you, to me it was like living as a secondary character in a book or a movie. You're seeing it happen around you. Things are happening that you can't predict. Whereas in books, I pretty much always predict what's going on in books. Movies, kind of the same thing, you know, because they're kind of standards. But you got enough people in here that there were so many variables that things happen that you just didn't expect, and storylines would go different ways, and some people did scripted things more. Other people, like mine, just rolled with it.
Yep.
Anytime I lost connection, it was because she was lapsing in consciousness. And seriously, when I'd finally come back online, people would be like patting her face, like, are you okay? Are you back? You know, just because I had something going on with my computer and I started crashing all the time. So we just wrote that into the story, you know. I
feel like that can't be understated either. 'Cause I watched this game create so many people who were never role players before this game, but who got here and were like, oh, so this is what we do now, and just become role players and just work at it and practice it. It was just fascinating to watch.
It was. I haven't even found a roleplay place. I mean, we did some in EverQuest 2 and Vanguard, but you know what? When a Vanguard went away, you know, if a game kind of chokes or kills itself or something, then you know what do? You can't stay there. And I mean, the emu I could possibly, but yeah, this isn't ready for a full-on gameplay experience.
No, it's not.
And will it ever be?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, they've been promising Sun Crusher so long. I stopped believing in it.
I think Larry asked about. I think he plays on a different one, because he said,
Yeah, there
"Oh,
were
on
tons
this."
of other ones, and there's an NGE one. In fact, I think somebody was talking about the NGE one in chat. There's a bunch of like spin-offs that are definitely well maintained that might be better, but
Yeah.
this is bigger, and so it's kind of one of those trade-offs. Like, well, do you want something that's really well developed or something that's got all the people? But then again, if all the people are just AFK in a cantina, is that really good? I don't know.
I know that was kind of a bummer, because you don't find live people, and I haven't found live people for a long time, really. Then again, I don't come in here for hours at a time, because a big part of the game to me is the people. So if there's not people, then I don't find it enjoyable so much.
Right, you would have to like put in a ton of work to get in with one. You can tell there are guilds here, right? I mean, most of those cantina dancers are alts for one of the big guilds, so they probably have a ton of real people around. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother alting. But still, that's work. I mean, it's work to put in on an emu that's going to be deleted.
I know, that's why I like the test server, the TC, because you just get your skill, and then you can go out and do the things, and you don't have to.
Right. But they wipe that one a lot more often, so you can't really like even then you're toying with it as opposed to trying to carve out like a home.
True, that's more like getting to know things again. And
Right,
that,
right.
Was that you who just sped by?
It might have been.
Oh yeah, okay.
I was just running around.
I'm like, a person? A
town.
person? No.
I think it was me on my flaming bike. Gotta
Yeah.
try to make it back to Mos Eisley before my bike dies.
I suppose I should drive back. Now that I have a swoop, and I can drive. Woohoo! I totally forgot that you used control in letters. That's how much I've forgotten. Oh, man.
Well, do we want to wrap up here, or I mean, I didn't mean to go till 4:30, so my husband is probably sitting out there with the kids, like, is she done yet? Is she done yet?
You're like, no, this is my moment.
Right.
I'm just trying to give you a little extra time. No, actually, we do need to wrap up. I'm assuming you are heading towards Mos Eisley. I'm just following your arrow.
I am. Yeah, there's a door over here, and I'm gonna go through it.
I've just left a tombstone.
It was a cute little town. It's nice to see that people are actually still putting in the effort to keep those towns up.
Yeah.
Again, hardly any games have real towns like that. I love it. It's one of my favorite things about this game.
I know.
It makes me very sad that we lost this.
Yeah. And what did we get in return?
Don't even start me.
Not even gonna say it. Not even gonna say it.
I mean, there are good sandboxes out there, but none of them is quite this.
Yeah.
And I had a really different experience from you too, because when I started playing Star Wars Galaxy, I had already been playing MMORPGs for 5 years, right? This was not even a new concept to me, but I had been missing Ultima Online. I missed that sandbox so much, and my guild just hopped from game to game in that whole period after Ultima. We played EverQuest, we played Dark Age. I mean, we tried Asheron's Call, we tried it all. Literally everything that was out there. Oh yeah, AO was terrible at launch. I mean, it was bad stuff. And then this came out, and it was like coming home. It was like, oh my god. Finally, I have got what I wanted for the last, 4 years of searching. Here we are. This is what I want. And
Yeah.
it was a really different thing. I know people say, like you said, people think you latch onto your first MMO, and that's not really what happened to me. I mean, I still like my first MMO. I still play it sometimes, but this one, I could just see how this one was like the evolution of what Ultima Online was, was as it was designed, and this was just a cut above, and it was Star Wars. It was like all my fangirl of like stuff in one game. It was perfection.
I know.
And still a mess.
A guy just rode by me on a speeder. And there's 2 people fighting out here.
Well, it wouldn't be Mos Eisley if there weren't people dueling in front of the spaceport.
No, they're in front of the cantina, apparently.
Ooh.
Easier. And remember how many people skilled by crafting, waiting for the shuttles?
Oh, yeah.
Or you dance waiting by the shuttles, or, yeah, you waited that 10 minutes. My gosh. Yeah, and I'm not as much of a harried person, so I don't mind if a game is not quick, go, 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 go. I just would like to find something like that.
Yep, I know it. And unfortunately, most of the sandboxes in the horizon are not doing PvP the way I think either one of us really wants it done. I want it there, but I want it to be like Star Wars Galaxies. I want it to be more accessible and more opt-outable, right? So that everybody gets exactly the level of PvP he or she wants, instead of having it shoved down your throat. That's not what most people want, apparently. They want either or, and I want both.
Yeah, I think Shroud of Avatar does it fairly decently. Where, you know, you're choosing if you're doing it or not.
Right.
So, but more people. More don't do this. I don't know. Well, guys, we are going to call it. If y'all want to join the next time we do this, then yeah, just get yourself a nice little emu and join in. And you can always send a tell to Shaunus to join the Big Cantina Band, which has been yelled that for hours on end here. Oh my goodness. This game, really, some of the best things in life have come because of this game. And, you know, you could say this game. So this game is also where I met Jeff. It got me into MMOs, met Jeff. MMOs and Jeff is how I ended up with Massively.
There you
And
go.
Massively is how I ended up with streaming here and knowing all of you guys and the devs that I've gotten to know and actually become really good friends with some and friends. Yeah, it just, I got to raise my kids on MMOs. I mean, and now I got a new one to raise on MMOs, guys. Oh my goodness. That's like the exciting part of it. I get to bring a whole nother one into this, into the fold. So now let's just get a good enough game to make it worthwhile.
Exactly.
But if you want to, well, you can't read a whole lot about this game. You'll hear about Star Wars Galaxies. Basically, if you go to MOP and you read anything for very long, you're going to hear about Star Wars Galaxies somehow. Podcast, maybe, or...
It's literally a drinking game at this point, I think.
But for news about all sorts of MMOs and the other games where the industry has kind of been, you know, woggling around, check it all out. MassivelyOP.com. That is also where you're going to see the OPTV schedule right there on the right-hand side. Scroll down a little bit. There is a tip button to share information that you might know about your favorite game. So we can put it out there for everybody else. And big, huge thank you to Bree and Larry for coming in and hanging out and doing this today. And even bigger thank you to all you guys for coming and watching. But then the biggest thank you is going to go to our supporters through Patreon and Twitch. You guys are amazing. Those of you who throw bits at us. And, you know, even if you're just sharing, you're coming in and watching, getting other people to come hang out on the site or in the streams. I know some of you, I mean, I've heard people say, I'm so sorry, I can't sub or do this, I'm not in a position, you know. And this person is like tweeting out all the stuff we do, you know. That is the kind of support.
It's just as valuable,
that keeps us going, right? I mean, it's awesome. We really can't do this without all of you guys. And I don't think Smed's still in here, but to those of you who make the games for us to come and play and show off, we thank you too. Just, we want one of you to please make a more feature.
Star Wars Galaxies clone, yes!
Thanks so much, everybody, for coming. We're going to head out. We'll see you later with more OPTV tonight, throughout the week. And if you want me to stream something particular, there's my Twitter. Let me know, or you can put it on the stream post. And seriously, feel free to share. Drag your friends in here. And we love that just as much as we love all the other stuff. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.
Bye, guys!